What's up, everybody? Happy Hard Thursday night, or should I say early Thursday morning, about 1 a.m., 1:30 in the morning. I have to do a video later tonight, so because I have an appointment tomorrow. You know, the regular, everyday, regular life stuff outside of horror. Pretty boring, but I'm going to do a short review on My Deadly Friend, 1986 movie, directed by Wes Craven. Right? If I'm not mistaken, it was Wes Craven. Let me check. Yep, directed by Wes Craven. I was accurate with that. So it's starring Christy Swanson. Most of us who came up in the 80s know her. Her most popular role as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Buffy Summers in Buffy the Movie. It's way before the series, which that came out, I believe, was like 1992. Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie with Christy Swanson, before the series premiered. In this film, you got a young kid and his mother moved to a new neighborhood, a new town. He's kind of a whiz kid. Already in college while his friends, kids his age, are in high school. Real smart. He made this robot. He got a grant for it. So he's like a Mr. Wizard type. But he becomes friends with this girl, Christy Swanson. She lives with her father. She's a single parent, but he's abusive. So after a while, after these two become friends, he realizes that she is being abused by her father. He tells his mother they can never properly do anything about it. Before anything was fully done, the father one night hits her. She falls down the stairs, breaks her neck. But she goes into a coma after he knocks her down the steps. This kid and this whiz kid and a friend that he met, that's, you know, like the town paper boy, go and they snatch her from the hospital, and the kid does this thing on him. Takes the chip. Now, earlier in the movie, his robot gets blasted by this old woman that lives in a neighborhood in the town. Real nasty to teenagers, this one and that one. She comes out with a shotgun, she shoots this thing. This little robot the kid made. And so he takes the chip from that robot, and he puts it in this girl. And at first she seems fine. She comes back, she's moving around. But she's moving around like a robot. And what it was, that chip that he put in the head from that robot that got blasted by that old woman and her shotgun, which was quite comical. It's the woman from the Goonies, the mother of the two villains, the two criminals. But later on, she gets us with a basketball. Great kill scene. That's all I'm saying about that. Great blood back then. The way the classic horror directors used to do that stuff was excellent, man, compared to what a lot of stuff these days. But anyway, so he puts the chip, and she's like somewhat fine for a little while, but then she goes on a killing spree, because what it is the chip from that robot. It still has the data from that robot, and that robot was like state of the art. Could recognize things, figure things out. That's how advanced technology, how this kid made it. So technically, the chip is the robot, BB, and he takes pretty much, now he's got a new body, and it's not a robot body, but it's a person body. And she goes on a killing spree. And that's when that old lady gets it with the basketball. It's a classic scene. And it's in the movie, in the beginning, with the boy's robot, it used to always say BB, BB every time he's seen somebody new. And he's a BB, BB, BB. It's pretty much, I think that's all he said was BB. And she started repeating that, so saying that, and that's when the kids started figuring out the chip, blah, 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 blah. It's a great sci-fi horror. once again, from my opinion for myself, even to this day, there's certain horror movies or certain thrillers that I still haven't yet to see or can't quite remember watching back in the, say, late 70s, early 80s. Um, that I want to pick up and view again, because to me, late 70s and throughout the 80s, they made some really good horror movies. So for me, if I had to rate this, I'd give it a 10 and that's a big number um, for me to give a sci-fi horror, but it was well done. The blood content in it is great. Uh, the storyline is a unique storyline. I haven't seen any other movies since that betrayed this storyline in any ways. There was never a remake made of it, so that's another good thing. If you haven't seen the original, check it out, because the original is all that's out. Classic movie. I can say nothing but good things about this movie. Got a little piece of plastic in there from when I ordered it. Guess the disc slips out of there or whatever, so I left it in there. It's Christy Swanson. See how she's looking all around the eyes? That's after the kid steals her from the hospital and puts the robot chip in her head. Around her eyes get real dark. The skin tone and all that. And she is in the back. That's the end scene. I'm not going to tell you how it completely ends. I don't want to spoil it. But right at this moment, when I was saying the robot used to always go around and repeat its own name, BB, 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 that's what she was doing right there. Right before the closing credits. And that's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to ruin it. And I am... pretty excited, because I think I'm going to watch it again. So, it cut the video a little bit short. I hope my video just put a little insight on this film for people that were curious or are now interested in watching it. Hope you enjoy the film. I'll be doing a couple more videos later on after my appointment, and then yeah, I'll go from there. I got a bunch of videos. I got a stack of movies. This one right here is gonna be in. This is bring it back to the 80s. Sci-fi horror. So I already got 3 videos or so up for Bring It Back to the 80s, all different genres. I got some good movies in there that I'm talking about. So yeah, Deadly Friend, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Look up the trailer on YouTube. You might find yourself mad interested in viewing it. Feel free to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. And like I always say, man, have a fun and safe horror Thursday. And I'll see you again. Peace.